reviews before?
I think so, yes.
So we're starting a new tradition where the guest gets to start us off with a song. So why don't you take it away?
Wait, wait, what?
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
No, we're fucking with you.
So I have to sing a song or what?
Oh, we'll save it till the end. We'll
I
save it till the end.
mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Jesus.
All right. Well, this I see like a pretty clear trade already from this oil.
That West Texas Intermediate crude oil.
Yep. So they ran this, which was basically the pullback before it went to all-time highs. Maybe not all-time highs, but
What's the date on that?
ran the highs. What the highs?
No, sorry, what they ran.
January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they ran that January wick that led to the pump. And I think it's probably I mean, you could wait for confirmation. I think it's something like this. And we'll run it back up to like 107, 108 at least. This is a really good trade, I think.
So bullish on commodities.
Man, I literally put the same trade in my group at some point, I think.
What, this oil trade?
Pretty good confidence here. Yeah, this oil trade, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that low should hold. It's H4. H4 low. So let's see. We'll leave this for next week. But yeah, I think from an RR perspective, super good for upside. And basically what I would wait for, if you don't want to take this long, then you just wait for the break of the trend line, consolidation over this, this breakout over this consolidation, get long here. So then if you wanted to wait for like the higher probability setup, a little bit of less of an R, but still a pretty good trade. So I think those are two really, really good setups. Oil looks possibly bottomed for the time being. And I do actually think it would probably go higher than here, but this is just the high probability play. So runners could obviously take out these right here, 114. But it's kind of what I'm seeing.
And if we lose the low, what do you think? Where do we stop next?
If we lose this, I think it's gonna come down probably like 73. Somewhere around here.
Yeah.
73, 74. So let me clean that up a bit. I think this is the next support if we lose the low. It's gonna move down this little bit of leg right here pretty quickly, I think.
Looks good.
Yeah. So, and the confluence of Aru putting something similar.
Yes, I mean I'm just looking at it. It's pretty much what you put. I put as well.
I guess you could add this little guy here. It's kind of tough because there's a lot of noise actually right now on it, but this does actually look like
Yeah, I mean it's obviously a lot of news going on with oil all the time, so it's gonna be pretty fucking choppy.
This is literally what we had on Bitcoin like not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but overall I also thought like I was pretty early with it. I thought 2 weeks ago it would be bottom, but it wasn't. But yeah.
Well, if you watch the reviews, you wouldn't know.
What?
Well, we just mentioned previous reviews that we thought we would come down and like run sort of block.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. Let's hop over to what is this? Where's this index? Right here it is.
Yeah, the commodities index.
Oh, dude.
Did we just get stopped?
We got stopped by like a fucking hair. Like
Ugh.
$1. Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
Holy
Oh
shit.
boy. Well, I mean, it might keep nuking. We'll see on Monday.
But I mean, this.
But I guess if oil pumps, then
yeah,
that's
this
gonna
is
pump
obviously
as well.
gonna pump too. All right, let's just clean up the chart. I still think I think we were stopped out like bullshit. I don't think we should have actually been stopped out here. Like
Mm.
I mean, I guess it just,
Equal lows.
dude, I don't know. I think we probably made I think we made the stops too short, to be honest. Like that
What was
was
the
Yeah.
R?
Never, never put your stop where the stops are, right?
4.8. Because it was just like the setup basically was that it put in this H4 low here, and this wick should have held. So like I guess the setup right was invalid, but there's a really good chance that we move up from here and that we got stopped out by like less than 1%.
Mm. Yeah, I mean it's an index, so it's. I mean, I don't know. What do you think when it comes to an index like this? That's a bunch of commodities weighted differently. Is
Yeah,
it going to trade as technically as something like gold or?
yeah, it's definitely, yeah, that's a good point. Probably not, but yeah, I mean, I think not trading, like just not trading this is probably your best option, right? Just
Yeah.
trade the actual commodity itself. But yeah, I mean, essentially, we're using this as like a litmus test on where we're at within
Yes.
the
Yeah.
markets.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, you want to see this hold. Like that's just, but in a sense, this is a little bit toppy, but
Yeah. I mean, I want to short. Like, if we want Bitcoin to go up, we want this to go down.
I would not be surprised if we had some type of trap occur here within this block. I think we could probably see it come down, just kind of consolidate, and then have like
Mhm.
a pump out. I
That's
think you might
scary.
see something like that. This kind of just reminds me of some Bitcoin, like Bitcoin, like 30K area,
Mm.
and then move to like a new high. I don't know. I just kind of get some feeling that this is not done moving to the upside yet, but I love
How
that.
far back does this go?
Oh,
Oh,
it's a
damn. This has been around for a long time.
82, 1980. Holy shit.
And this is a commodities indice.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I don't know. Look for something like this. Alternatively, if this order block doesn't hold here,
Yep.
if we lose that. Um, so if we break down, um, there's your short, and we're just gonna take these guys out pretty easily, likely, and come down into maybe like 470s. So yeah, that's kind of what I see. I know gold. What happened to it?
It's still kind of hanging out at the lows.
Yeah, this was a range trade from. I mean, it's still a fucking range trade, right? What we were saying is like this needs a hold. Like deviations can happen, but they need to be a quick reclaim, just level to level still. And from like an RR perspective, gold's still super strong. Um, I mean, where would I put my stops?
Yeah, also I think yeah, if you look at gold and if you compare it to I mean the DXY rally like what 15%, so gold is basically still performing really good in comparison to other assets. You always have to keep that in mind, right? If you chart it versus other currencies, it's still doing really pretty fucking good.
So you
And
mean that digital gold's not doing as good as physical gold?
I can't believe it.
I know what the hell.
Do you have the weekly on gold? If you pull up the weekly real quick,
Yeah,
and
let
then
me just
the
toss that in there, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at.
if you're an MA believer, I know not everyone is. You'll notice that we on the weekly, the 200, it's kind of sitting right on top of it.
Yeah. So what? Make or break? We know what happens when we say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this trades pretty closely with like Bitcoin, just lower beta, right?
Oh yeah, much lower beta, right? I mean, how much has it moved in like 1 year? 10%?
Like 20,
25%?
25%.
Okay.
Actually,
Not too
not too
bad.
bad, to be honest. Like I actually thought that was
Yeah.
well. I mean, whenever you compare it to to like any crypto though, like
Yeah.
night and day difference. But no, what I was looking for on the H12 is there's a low here. So again, I you want to be biased long just because this has been a range for what 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a
2 year
range
range.
for over 2 years.
Oh, God, that's gonna happen to Bitcoin, isn't it?
Yeah, so why you're gonna bet on it's gonna remain a range because it's a range until it's not. So essentially, I think if you were to take a long, like target this, so this low should very much hold. You could even play it a bit tighter.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
You could play it a bit tighter because I think if we end up losing, if we lose the lower side of the range here, it's gonna be pretty rough. Like you can kind of see just how much momentum's dying out. So here it was like a nice W bottom, and you see like not much volume was traded down here.
Mm.
This one was like ripped right out of it, retest, send higher. Now look how like small this bounce was, right? Like these are sending to top a range almost before coming back down, or at least mid range. This one came up and deviated past mid range, came back down, which is fine. This one didn't even make it to mid range, and we're already trading back, and we're creating new lows within the range. So I think gold looks pretty weak, to be honest with you. The long play from like our perspective is probably still valid, but I do think this looks pretty fucking weak. And if I had to guess, before we come up here, we're gonna be here.
Yeah. I mean, I think if we get a weekly close below the 200, it's going to be really interesting.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
also don't think there is really a rush here to jump into a trade, right?
yeah,
Like there's probably a lot of time. If it consolidates above there, I think it's a good sign.
you.
And yeah,
I think
but
this is also.
otherwise, yeah, just wait
I
it
think
out.
this is also a valid short. So look at the 200 on the H12. So resistance, resistance, and it's just bearish market structure, right? Like,
yeah, everything's trending down.
yeah. Look at this. This is H12 getting retested the bearish retest on the H12, bearish retest on this H12 OB. So you could just say that like your invalidation is this H12 top. We could target these lows. I mean, this is probably gonna take months to. Do you
Yeah.
trade this more, Rue? Probably more than me.
No, I haven't touched gold in quite some time.
Okay.
I mean, I traded it when it rallied up a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, I didn't touch it after that. Like gold is also like I think it's super weird to trade because it's obviously manipulated a lot. I mean, every market is manipulated a lot, but I think gold is it's kind of tough to trade still. So yeah, if you don't trade it on a higher time frame.
Very high time frame. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think you could argue for a long here and you could argue for a short. I think it all comes down to what the DXY is gonna do. So
Yeah, I think just waiting, like you said, is probably the best option. I mean, it's a clear downtrend here. What you could do is just wait for some
yeah, exactly.
bullish market structure to form,
Consolidation,
like
yeah.
run this and this H12, and then get long here with your invalidation at like a low that's formed here, and then target these. It's probably your best option, but yeah, that's just simple. Just simple, like waiting for bullish market structure to form. So that's about it.
Yeah.
This shit.
Oh boy.
Guys, they're T-wapping the US 10-year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Holy shit.
I don't think
mean,
anyone
That's
would.
scary.
I mean, it basically 5x, right, since the bottom. That's a 10-year, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the 10-year. I think the 2-year, like 5x or something.
Yeah, I think the best option is just to wait. Like, I don't think anyone, like, this is more just like one of those, again, like, litmus test of where the market's at, but this looks fucking really,
Yeah,
really tough for risk on markets.
the 2 year is like up only.
Let's see.
It looks like parabolic shitcoin right now.
Yeah, and it still can't beat inflation. That's sad.
What is the ticker?
US to US is that US02. US02.
What?
No, that's the wrong one.
Oh
There you go.
my god. Boys, it's a rounded
Yeah.
bottom.
Yep, this is insane.
Holy shit.
Oh
It's
man.
the cup without a handle, actually, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
that is. Dude, here's
Just
the
the cup.
handle. Here's the handle.
Oh, yeah.
oh man.
Tiny. Holy shit. And like, I don't know the significance, but that's
Where
like
was
a that's like a pretty clear breakout.
what
You know what's
So it-
interesting? Can you I think Rothstein showed that like the SPX times the 2-year yield. If you put that in the chart,
a little math.
and
Is it
that
like
yeah, that
this?
basically it shows you
Awesome.
how overvalued the
What
stock
is
market
the
still is.
how do you do that shit?
Wait, let me ask Rothstein.
I think I can
Oh, it's this
I
thing
can-
right here. Right.
well if you want to multiply
Okay, he got it.
yeah,
He
there
put it
is,
in the
yeah.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in chat.
Okay.
That's a good ticker.
I think that chart is really, really interesting because it basically shows you that in comparison,
Fuck.
the yields are going up, but the market is not dropping enough, basically. That's what it's
Oh, I
showing.
see what you're
So
saying.
it shows bubbles, right?
Yeah.
And we are like so fucking overextended right now. It's absolutely insane.
Holy shit. It's actually, yeah, it's a pretty interesting one. I like
Yeah.
this one. It's a good chart.
So yeah, I mean, how high can it? I mean, basically, it formed this bottom every time so far. And yeah, when is it going to come down? And how is it going to come down? Are treasury bonds going to go down? Or is the market going to come down? It's a good question, right?
Yeah,
I
so
don't like that question.
Yeah, I would like to know. Can someone tell me the future?
The answer I don't think is gonna be a good one. Like it's just like I think the answer is risk on has to go down.
dude, how does it go down more?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, overall it's a tricky situation. Like people also don't at some point they don't want to park their assets or their money in inflation. They're basically parking it into inflation, right? And even with treasury bonds, you can't even beat inflation with that. It's so fucking stupid. You're still losing money.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is like a lot of pension funds, insurance funds, LPs for hedge funds, like all have a mandate to invest like a certain percentage into like T notes and bonds and stuff. So like there's always going to be a demand until like there's like a massive shift in the way that liquidity is provided for those asset managers. So
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so we looked at this. I mean, we look at this every week, and it's just it's seemingly it's just like one of these things, right? Like, look at this. I'm just getting the feeling that it's about to fucking blow off.
Yeah, I mean that's something that this Gareth guy. I mean, I don't know how good he really is as a trader. Like he's also selling a lot of stuff that is questionable and has a course or whatever. But I think overall it sounds like he has a good idea about the market and he's been in the game for a long time. And he said basically it's not over until the VIX hit it's like 30 within a day or something, right? It has to go very parabolic and then the bottom is in.
Oh, I know what you
like a
mean.
blow off top.
Like a
Yep, exactly.
capitulation type situation. Because I mean, the same shit happens. Kind of if you look back, I mean, right? It's like the whole everything. Like it takes a long time. I mean, what that took like years.
Yeah, it's basically a situation when the market can't hold everything anymore and leverage, right? Everyone is just panic selling, and then
But
you
it's
get
kind
these.
of the same thing where you get like this
Yeah,
parabolic shape forming, and now we definitely have it going on. And anyone like we've had a couple people now say that you can't put trend lines in the VIX.
Yeah.
But every single I'm looking here, and to be quite frank with you, I mean, it seems pretty obvious that there's compression and then it comes up. There's compression, then it comes up. There's compression, then it comes up. Right? Like,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe not like
yeah, but
tech.
I mean, it's also, I mean, it makes sense because it's also like it's showing you the market cycles basically, right?
Yeah.
There's low volatility, market is good, everyone is buying every dip, liquidity is good, and now it's basically the opposite.
Yeah, so I don't know. I personally would keep an eye out on this to stop compressing. And I think any major like move that we get, I would expect it to travel higher. I mean, do you know where we were looking about trading this? Because to be honest, like purchasing now and just chilling, because we know that there's come a point where it's going to be up here, and like yeah, it's investing, it's not trading, but you're literally at like what is,
Yeah, I mean, I would probably, yeah, it
Yeah, I
sounds
mean,
like it looks like a good trade, yeah.
there's brokers that sell, like you can trade VIX, and I think there's probably even like an ETF for it, or there's some sort of products out there that like actual firms would sell. I haven't really looked into it too much, but
to be honest, I think you would actually, I don't know, maybe not. You may be able to outperform the S&P by purchasing VIX at the lower end of the range and just selling above 35.
Yeah, looks good. I mean, yeah.
Like actually, I think you could
hmm.
outperform mostly any like asset, or like if you're like a investor, right? Like people putting in another
There's some
401k
pretty
and
clear
shit.
tops that basically always hit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I think you could like multiple extra money over a couple of years. And are you getting that with S&P? I don't think so. But yeah, I think
Well, I
VIX
mean,
is
how
super
much did
interesting.
the SPX do in the last 10 years? I don't know.
A
I think
lot.
I think that's what's next anyways, right?
That's a chat dead, by the way. Like, it feels like we talking to nobody.
Fuck them.
Yeah, chat is like either they're too busy taking notes or they're just checked
Too
out.
busy, too busy wanking.
Yeah, they're here. They're here. They're
That
listening.
wasn't
They're
that
they're
wasn't
taking
my first thought.
they're jacking off the charts.
uh,
No, they're just listening, dude. They're so intrigued. See, look at them. They're coming out of the woodworks. Um, no, I mean, high time frame on the daily. ES still doesn't look bad. Like I'm pretty doomsayer. I think ES is gonna come down to like 3,200,
oof.
but on a daily, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, you have a clear deviation here. And then if I delete this, it'll make it easier to visualize. You have a larger range, and then you have two ranges here. And then here's your topside deviation. I don't
Do you
know.
still have a position on ES or S&P?
Dude, I sold it for like, where did I
Break
sell it?
even or
No, it was like some minute profits. I was literally so close. How close was I to hitting my TP? It was like a percent off, and I decided a round trip. Like I
Jesus.
sold it like down here somewhere. So I just stupid trade. Um, I'll show you the Solana trade towards the like after we're finished covering the majors.
Yeah.
I round tripped such a tough Solana trade. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was a big trade too, right?
It's fucking huge trade.
Uh
Yeah, so ES, like technically speaking, I think this is a deviation. Now, like obviously they're, again, range trading, so you're gonna have deviations above and below. So we might come down here again and then push higher. But for the time being, I think there's a good chance that we literally just ping pong between like 4,500 and like maybe 3,800.
hmm.
Alternatively, if we get like weakness down into these lows, like these triple lows that we have here,
I think we're gonna puke hard, actually.
yeah, I think So if you see some type of selling like this, where it's like, um, we're forming these like bear flags all the way down, I think you could see just a quick clean out
Yeah.
of all of these stops here, because I feel like there's a lot of liquidity sitting here, and then
Definitely.
everyone kind of memes and says you need to take out the COVID lows before higher. That's like unbelievably low. I don't think that it's gonna
No,
happen.
that's like the world economy is
Yeah,
done.
yeah. So I don't think we're gonna take out those lows, but I think they're almost equal lows. There's such a high chance these get ran at some point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah, and I
it'll
think at
really
that point
depend
it's
on
probably also gonna be a bit quick bottom. Like there will be a pretty significant sharp bounce at some point.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see as much of a V reaction as this, but I do think
Yeah,
I think
some
monetary
ranging again.
policy.
But maybe new range. Yeah, just from there basically to the bottom and then up back up like
yeah,
that.
I think you could probably see, and then like some major rallies, and then I could see something like this, right? And then you can
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
head higher, but um ultimately, like there's no high time. There's just still no catalyst for upside
Yeah.
on
Yeah, that's
ES.
what I was about to say. Like at the moment, it's really tough. It's just really, really tough. Um,
Yeah, so
so
until
that's why
there's,
I'd rather have shorts, to be honest, on the market.
I think until there's any major catalyst for upside, like money printer, like economic policy change, we move from hawkish to dovish stances. I think it's just gonna be liquidity games, and we're gonna maintain some range bound plays. Again, I do think something like this will happen, but right now I think playing level to level, range to range is your best option, and we're still like within this range. Here's your deviations, and this is the larger range. It's 3900 to it's the February open, which we got 4500s. So I think these are like the ranges that we keep playing.
I would probably also put Bitcoin at like 28K, where you would like to short, basically, right?
Yeah. And whenever we hop to Bitcoin, I still think we'll hit 28K before going to like new lows. Well, not I guess not new lows. Maybe like the 10 to 14K that everyone talks about. I think we probably rally a bit higher before that, but again, I could absolutely be wrong. Yeah, so just range bound play on ES for the time being. Um, Wait to see weakness into these lows. If you see weakness into the lows, this 3600 low absolutely going to be taken out, and then maybe it'd be interesting to see a reaction off this low, because then you could argue that like you just have another range, and here's the larger range. Because like I think what happens is like these new ranges just get made, and usually this will range up here will disappear, and now you have these two ranges. If that makes sense. So you just keep moving down a range. So we'll spend a bit of time in these two, and then we move down to the next range, right? So here's
I
going to
mean,
be
yeah,
our
well, that's
next
what's
next
generally
range.
happening with the market, right? It's just ranging down, like so market makers can make money still. And yeah, I mean, it just has to go down and then up a bit because otherwise, who's gonna provide liquidity, right?
Yeah. So I
Just
think
how the
this.
market works in general. Yeah.
I think
I
this.
mean, you made a really good point about the like how like if we start going down and it's just bear flags all the way, I think that will be like a very good indicator of sort of momentum and the downside
Yeah,
of whether it's
yeah.
going to
I
continue or not.
agree. I
So
agree. Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. All right. Let's since this is any questions in chat on ES before we move on, so we can just get this covered out of the way. Any major questions?
Let's get to Dixie, I guess.
Oh yeah, good idea.
I mean, is that's kind of like the what I'm or I guess what most people are probably paying most attention to right now.
All right. Let me clean out. I mean, this looks like gonna go higher. Although we did like maybe daily market structure break.
Like an SFP. What are we on a daily? The daily?
It's like a bearish SFP almost. So I already have it drawn here, I guess. But I drew this using the
Yeah,
H4.
I think it doesn't look good right now. Like, not at all.
This kind of looks a bit top, not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it looks like it's curling over.
Mm-hmm.
And you could,
But yeah.
right here. So I could see it kind of grinding a bit, and then I think once it loses this, it's gonna go.
It's good for Bitcoin.
Yeah, the market's like really, it's like really tough to read right now, in my opinion. Really is.
Yeah, I
Like
have
this
problem as well. Like it's not too much with the ES, to be honest. Like I think I've been pretty on point with a lot of my calls, but um Bitcoin is kind of meh because it always has its own mind a little bit and just lags behind sometimes, or yeah, or it makes moves before the stock market moves. Sometimes it's super weird at the moment.
So you think ES is ranging as well, and we're about to move up, back up to like
I
45?
think we moved back up. Yes, I think we moved back up tomorrow and on Tuesday, and then probably puke into FOMC. That's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
Mm.
When's
Remind me
FOMC?
what date? Yeah.
So, all right, let me show you a picture on.
Where's that calendar? I think we have a link for it.
Yeah, alternatively, this is probably a really good trade if you're trading the Dixie. I got it out here. Like, I think that's pretty valid. Bearish retest, SFP.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much almost the level that I have marked as well. Yeah. What I could see though is that it could bounce early. Like, wait, let me show you a screenshot.
Like 108.
Yeah, like 108, roughly like there. Yeah, in that liquidity gap, basically where it pumped from. Where was my? Oh fuck! How do I do this now? I just share it here. Wait in chat. Giazzo. Yeah. Something like this. It could bounce there, or it could go basically to the area that you drew. Oh yeah, I think from here it looks like it's gonna dip at least a bit. Hard to imagine it's just gonna rally off from the structure.
Yep, I agree. And it trades pretty technically as well. So, yeah, I think, I mean, it looks pretty good for Bitcoin now, if that's the case. All right. Yeah, and we formed a low here right off of these lows. This is actually really clean. So we have this bottom set of volume here that we really wanted to see hold. On the H4, it's a pretty clean low.
Yeah.
Maybe we trade up, come back down, and then drive higher. I'd really like to see something like that.
Yeah, I would at least like to see like on NAS and on I mean it's pretty similar chart, right?
Yeah.
But at least take out on NASDAQ like the highs or the consolidation that was forming, like all the highs, take them out. So 12,300 roughly.
Oh, these?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like from that consolidation, at least take that liquidity.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And then I mean, I posted it in my group as well, like what my plan is. I will look at a reaction, like when that's taken. And if it's weak, then I'm gonna immediately short there. Otherwise, I'm gonna wait for higher, like
Holy
roughly,
shit.
what is it on NQ?
We've been looking at this for months, and I never even, dude, it
Ticks.
never took this. It never took those stops.
Yeah, are there any stops left by now? I mean,
dude, this is, it never took out that W bottom.
I think people are still in position from there and hope they don't get fucked.
Well,
True.
it could be it could be leaps. They could be holding leaps with like 3-year dated leaps.
Okay. I
And
don't know what
that's-
leaps are, but is that
it's
like options?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like options, like really, really long dated options.
Okay.
And I also think that people that from this position probably set stops here, right? because
Yeah,
there
that's
Yeah.
true.
there are
Yeah.
absolutely
That's true, yeah.
people that are still holding positions from here. There's no way they TP
Yeah,
here.
that's why it's also so dangerous if we grind down there, right, in that range. Everyone's gonna puke.
Yeah, and it's like this is the leg that's left after these lows, so that is pretty scary. And then higher time frame, what do we have? I mean, this trend line has been pretty strong since 2016.
Yeah. Well, how let's imagine that we get there in like with before the end of the year. That's like a huge decline, isn't
Holy
it? 30%.
shit. Absolutely fucking
Yeah.
mollywopped. But
Oof.
dude, this hammer looks really strong.
Yeah,
mean,
that is a great
if
hammer.
we close this daily green, I mean, it's pretty convincing that that's at least some
Yeah, we're
type
gonna
of
squeeze up a little bit,
local
probably.
bottom. Yeah, I'd want to see a reaction off of this daily order block though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so for the time being, I think short term looks pretty good for at least some type of squeeze higher.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna hop in the corn. Am I missing anything else?
We already did gold. We did VIX. We did Nasdaq, S&P. Did bonds. We did the dollar.
We didn't do Zach. We didn't do Zach yet. Where's Float?
Oh fuck, you're right.
Let's do Luna Classic.
Oh God.
Oh man.
So I think setup that I posted in Discord, when was this? 2 days ago, was basically at these lows here. I said set your stops at these wicks because I think if like these are ran, this order block's definitely being ran.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah.
So I had this. What did I say? Somewhere around like 19,500. I said the setup. And I said target like a bearish underside retest to this top. So I think
this would also take a lot of inefficiencies, right? This whole rundown was basically just puking. There is no volume in there.
Yeah,
it was just complete air gap, liquidity pull. Basically, it's just horrible.
Yeah, you could argue the upside was the same, but like this whole news based bullshit.
Yeah, I mean upside was the same. Like yeah, it definitely
this was like some of the most bullish squeeze like
Yeah.
I've seen like in order
Yeah,
flow.
that's
It
true.
was so fucking like this actually felt bullish, and I haven't been like
Yeah,
not that I was
it was
tricked
Caroline.
or anything.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude, that shit is fucking. That
I mean, who
move
has the
up,
money to do that? Like it must be like Alameda or Jump or whatever.
yeah, that move was unbelievably bullish whenever you watched it live. So, I was surprised. I was actually really surprised. It pulled back. What I actually thought was gonna happen is
At least make a double top, right? Like
I thought
pull
it was
back
gonna
and get back
bounce
up.
somewhere. It was gonna front run people, so I thought it was gonna bounce to like 21.8 because everyone had their fucking orders sitting at this lower order block, and I knew I was like, it's either gonna front run people or it's gonna slice right through. There's absolutely no way it's gonna just gladly fill everyone.
yeah.
Like literally everyone's like, I have orders here, my stops are here, and it's like, dude,
Yeah, I
you
didn't do that,
and the fucking
unfortunately.
rest of the feed, bro. Like that shit
I
is
saw
not gonna happen.
So many tweets of people that were like, I'll be bidding 21, 21.2.
I know,
Yeah,
it's like,
no,
okay, bro,
you just
yeah.
got wrecked.
That shit is not gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, I said to Vincent, like he wasn't listening to me. Like he also had a euro long still. I was like, dude, it's like CPI numbers in like 1 hour. Don't you want to close your positions? And he didn't listen. And then after that, it was like, I didn't know that it was CPI.
You
I was
warned
like,
him?
dude, I literally told you, right? And he got absolutely wrecked on this.
Yeah, that's like brutal selling. Like you barely like
imagine if the numbers. What do you think would have happened if the numbers would have been good? I mean, I think we would have spiked up, right?
Yeah, I mean lower
Maybe
time
in the
frame,
same way even.
You didn't even get a chance. Like there was no relief.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's pretty rough. But yeah, like from an H4, like I said, the trade is simply just stops here. You could wait, but I think like invalidation's so close. Like getting in a swing position kind of makes sense. Or alternatively, if you wanted to like position yourself a bit smaller, I think you could even I guess it would be your stops down here, right? But I don't know. I really do think like if this doesn't hold, there's a really good chance that this doesn't hold.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So I think you could probably save yourself, $500 per Bitcoin in the position by setting yourselves here. Let me see. Lower time frame. Like you want to hope for like a W formation, and I covered it every time. It can be like this. It can front run it, do that. It can run it and then go like an over under, but like we want to see some type of like lower time frame bullish market structure form where you set like a clean low. And this obviously would be the place to do it, is point of breakout. You don't want to see point of breakout of the pump lose. Alternatively, you just play the range, right? You set your stops down at 17.5. I'm not sure what the R would be. Let's see. And you just target range highs to be here. I mean, it's still pretty good R. And then you could say,
I can already tell you that nobody in chat is gonna do that because they are all legends. They always go 100x and they never take a trade that has like 7% stop loss.
so yeah, you could argue that like these are deviations, and then like here's your range, right? And then here's mid range, something like that. It's a really rough drawing, but you get the idea. So I think if anything might be like, more accumulation. Overall, my thoughts are, I think we're probably 10 to 20% within some type of bottom. I don't know if we ever see 10K or whatever. I mean, I don't need to make those predictions because I just usually play level to level, but I do think that some type of even global bottom is likely close. It might take time, right? Like I'm not saying that, or in a week or a month we're gonna full send out of here to new all-time highs. No, we can spend years down here, but we can spend years between like 18K and then like 28K, right? Like we could literally just chop for months.
I mean,
and
that's
months
basically what happened between 2017 and 2020, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was like 1 year which was completely horrible, wasn't it? What was it, 2018 or 19? It was just basically chop up. There was like one tiny bull market basically, and then it was super choppy.
Yeah, I mean, like the COVID nuke and then like monetary policy following COVID, I think obviously has like a huge impact on the like why Bitcoin went on such a bull run, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So, as they say, bull markets are the authors of bear markets.
Nice. Yeah, so
I was waiting for somebody to just make fun of that comment. Like,
wait, what did you
take
say?
that fucking seriously, Jesus.
Don't worry.
What did you say?
I'm not repeating it.
No, it's too embarrassing.
Far too embarrassing.
Yeah, so I think overall your long's pretty valid here. I don't think there's any reason to short. It just doesn't make sense. You're literally shorting into lows.
But make sure you get a good entry, Cat.
And we're assuming ES and Nasdaq are
And CP Pelosi is pushing the US population to start eating insect powder. Instead of frying sperm. Man, that was so hilarious. Jesus. But yeah, I agree, miss. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but
No,
it
that's
was
good.
funny.
I think ES and Nasdaq, since we're under the assumption they're going to squeeze higher, probably shorting into these lows isn't super intelligent. And that you should probably think about either if you're bearish, stay flat. If you're bullish, get long, and your invalidation's clear. Target this underside retest of this distribution. So target between like 22K and then 21.6, probably my suggestions of upside targets. And then if we end up blowing right through these, just wait TP, and then like let's wait for some type of bullish market structure to form, and you can get
And I think up there By the way, on 22, I think you have a pretty clear invalidation for a short as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think basically over the top wick is a pretty good stop.
Absolutely. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was a H12, maybe even a daily bearish SFP, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a super clear short if we end up retesting the underside of that distribution. And you would want to see a rejection off this H4 order block, in my opinion. So, long up into a bearish retest, and then look for some type of stop run to happen into a rejection. Be a nasty double top. But yeah, I think rebart to underside a retest is likely.
It would be pretty similar to the setup we had at 30K then. It's actually pretty interesting to look at. Like look at the 30. Like look at what happened at 30K basically. We had that run up several times, 6, 7, 8%.
I mean, this does look like a really good double bottom, but let me see.
Not 30K, like right to the right. I mean the last 30K we had, the big drop, like this one, on the smaller time frame.
Well, like on the H4 or something. Oh, here we are. Oh yeah, like where it's all these fucking BARTs happening and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's like liquidity games. I mean, to be honest though, this was pretty good to trade. I mean, I remember I ended up giving back a lot of like, I played the range super well, and then I got like unbelievably bullish here and got like killed for it for some reason. I don't know why I decided to not play the range, and I lost most of what I gave back. But like this is really good to trade. This is just, like,
yeah, this was good. Yeah,
I really like this price action because like you have so many trades to take. It's just a range trade, and you just trade the extremities, and then if it starts running without you, just sit sidelined until like there's a clearer direction. And
it's hard to do for most people.
Yeah. And this the H4 200 has been like really good to look at too. I wrote a huge bit about it, like really in depth and detailed. But essentially, I think the H4 200 is really good indicator for downside continuation, and it can likely be blindly shorted on the first and even second retests in a downtrend. But
it is interesting that where we had those 3 BARTs in a row to the left, you can see that we tapped it. How many times did we tap it? We fully wicked through it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
two times. It looks
2 times,
like.
and then the third was the dump. But yeah, I think it's probably one of the best. I mean, you don't get it a lot in a downtrend, but when you do, it's such like a fucking cheat code of a short on the first tap. Very, very likely to make money, and you can look back on your own. But I mean, even the previous bull market on the way down, you would have caught the tops just by blindly shorting the 200. But you can do your own.
Yeah, obviously try and line it up with levels, but
yeah. So I think upside on Bitcoin. I should ask chat. Is there any additional questions? Like low time frame, we already have some bullish market structure forming, so you could even get aggressive with a long and put it at this low here. Don't really advise it, but
yes, entry TP stop loss.
That could be your long, because technically speaking, on M15 we do have a low formed here. Now this would need to hold, right? But I don't know. I would wait till like an hourly bullish market structure is formed down here. How's my account doing? I don't know. I haven't traded in a couple days. I've been sitting in spot.
Yeah, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
6x, right?
It's a little bit off topic, but next week we're gonna start streaming it. What is the platform? What?
Oh, Africa.
Yeah, we're gonna start streaming on Africa, or I am.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. If you're
like,
still down, yeah, for
no,
sure.
absolutely no, because a lot of the times, like I want to stream or I'm available to stream, it's like Aru, Frag,
Yeah, no,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sam is streaming. So, it's like I don't the whole idea is like I don't want to poach viewers, right? Like I'm not
yeah,
gonna stream on my own channel because the main incentive for me streaming is to stream Tealstreet.
yeah. We're
And
going after Hodu and Sato, and we're gonna become the most popular Korean streamer while not being Korean.
yeah, exactly. So the idea is like to not poach viewers and to still be able to promote Tealstreet. Why don't we go to a platform in which like non-Twitch viewers are viewing, and like I guess
Oh, yeah,
Africa's
it's a good
super
idea.
Well,
popular.
we're not promoting anything. We're promoting healthy trading habits and risk management.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of the idea. So uh, this upcoming week, we got the account set up, I think, and
Mm.
I'll start going live there. I'll be tweeting it out, but yeah, I think I mean obviously I'll still hop on Twitch and whatnot whenever there's downtime in the channel, but I should be streaming like more regularly because I'll have like at will when I can stream whenever I want to on there without
Yeah.
um
It's gonna be awesome. Actually, I'm so excited for it. We're just getting like a bunch of people to from Twitch to just come hang out on Africa, and we'll use like the Korean crypto words and like what do you even call it? Writing, Hangul or something, and we'll be like the number one crypto streamer on Africa.
yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, that should be coming next week, guys. I'll be tweeting out the link obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, getting back to the review.
Yes.
I mean, look, low time frame. We have some buying coming in. Yeah, so this looks. I don't know. I like this. Like low time frame. This double low. Now we have another low. It looks pretty good
Yeah,
low time frame.
I'm loading up right now. I'm loading up.
Nice.
Oh, I see you on Agger.
Did you? Yeah, my main account.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, me too.
Any
It's like you see these Binance buys, 1.4 mil, 1.7 mil.
Does anyone have any questions about Bitcoin? We'll move on.
You closed XRP trade. You mean me? I didn't. I'm still waiting to get filled. Like it didn't. It filled $9. I tried to get like a nice run up wick on Bybit, but it never gave me one.
Oh, I was gonna ask
So,
a question, Ms.
A bit sad because it dropped 9%, but it is what it is. I didn't hit it in the way I wanted to. Yeah, next trade.
The worst case scenario, if you were to set stink bids, what levels are you looking at, like for just worst case scenario?
1 second. Let me hop out.
Like if we lose the low, where are we heading to next, or where would you be interested in bidding?
Probably here.
14.
14.1 to 15.7. I'd look for a bottom to form. So somewhere here, I think a low would form.
Yeah.
Although, like, if you look, this is really, really similar to the NASDAQ, right? Remember the
Yeah.
NASDAQ setup right here where we never
Yep.
actually took those two lows to the left? So
Mm.
I don't think we ever. Oh, we ran the first one actually, or maybe it was equal. Let me see here.
Yeah, I think they're equal on Nasdaq,
Um,
which would make sense.
the low was 569.
What about the
69
date?
6.
Are those around the same date? You know?
They are.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we never actually ran this low. We did front run by a couple bucks. So this is super similar to the NASDAQ setup. But the
that's
NASDAQ's
pretty good
also
knowledge.
30% away from. No, it's not 30% away from these.
No, yeah,
It
it's
was
like
30
not that.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 10%?
yeah, like 7-8% away of this first low, and then 10% away from the second. But yeah, this is a really similar setup. That's what I'm thinking. I think the Bitcoin one would obviously be around first, right?
Yeah, I guess it depends on liquidations, right? At least that's
Ooh,
what
I
I
don't
would be.
know. Maybe that's actually it's a really similar. Like this is actually a bit further away. This is 9% instead of 7. So I don't know. So that's something to just kind of keep in mind is that these setups are super similar, which makes sense because
They
Bitcoin
trade.
and ETH trade like tech stocks, right?
Yep.
So it's a bit interesting setup to look at. Um, yeah. So that's Bitcoin.
Oh, by the way, Miss, look at the spreadsheet that GDNL posted. That's pretty cool, actually.
Uh,
Where is it?
Posted it in chat, like the Google Docs that he
the
posted.
trading journal thing.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty nice.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
that was like a template, right?
Yep.
This is really a lot of work though.
Yeah, it's true. Like it's probably easier to just punt it into like what we did, right?
But
Yeah.
yeah,
If you're actually trying to like be a better trader, this is probably good, but it's like I'm past the point, unfortunately, of like putting this much time into like journaling or documenting shit. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean overall that is a pretty nice doc.
Can't you just like do the same here that we basically doing starting balance, ending balance, and then just put it in? Wait, what is risk?
Let's
yeah. I mean,
clean
it's
this
a
up a bit.
it's a nice sheet. I'm gonna mark it.
That's really cool. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one.
The daily progress tab is not okay. Ah, okay.
I think it's good for especially for newer traders to like
Yeah, it's
actually
really nice.
journal.
Yeah, thank you a
Actually,
lot, dude. That's pretty cool.
We could probably even add it as a
mm-hmm.
command.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, why not?
obviously, on the long-term roadmap of Tealstreet is some pretty in-depth journaling stuff, and something like that you could share with others would be on the roadmap as well.
Yeah, ETH looks like fucking terrible.
Yeah. Oh man, it looks
Yep.
bad.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I wanted to share a chart on ETH as well. Let me check.
Absolutely,
I
toss it
have it.
in. Um,
Um,
while you're tossing that in, I think this is pretty deaf.
yeah.
Probably look for underside bearish retest for downside. I mean, obviously it doesn't happen if Bitcoin chads up. It's gonna drag ETH up. But ETH BTC just got absolutely wrecked, and we said it for what
Yeah.
a while now that. Well, I
Post
guess
merge.
I was talking like maybe a week ago or so. I said like I even said it right around here. I said I feel like this is some type of top possibly forming, like some type
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah, I mean
distribution top.
this double rejection out of the breakout, this was really fucking horrible, right? Like
Yeah,
it broke out, it retested, it tried to rally up again, and it got slammed down again. Like there was a yeah, pretty much death sentence. So I really hope that it does something like this and gives a nice short opportunity. So basically, I mean long Bitcoin, short ETH.
did
But
you oh you tossed it in?
yeah,
Let me see here.
like do some kind of reclaim and basically get rejected of the mid range.
I mean that would make sense, like a triple tap, like a bearish retest
Yep.
on like a higher time
Well,
frame.
that's wishful thinking. It might not get that high, but I think I will toss a short if it gets that high.
No,
Otherwise, I might just leave it.
absolutely. I mean, like, look, this obviously moved off of a narrative, right? Like, it's pretty clear now.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was going to be kind of a non-event. Um, I guess in a sense it was because Bitcoin really didn't do much, but I guess it was an event for ETH because ETH took a shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could. I think you're valid as long as these lows hold here. Aru. I think you'll get a bounce before these lows. If it just keeps coming down and takes out these lows, I think it's probably just gonna fucking keep heading
Yeah, I mean,
lower.
I'm not gonna long it. I would just look for the short. I'm not really interested in. in long ETH at the moment.
Yeah, so
I
you
would
want...
just like to see a
Oh,
bounce.
what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time imagining ETH outperforming Bitcoin.
Not in this market, no.
No, yeah, just
Yeah,
Maybe
something like that,
something like
exactly.
that would be good. Deviate above here again, and then
And everyone would be bullish again at the
super
top. Oh,
bullish.
ETH is gonna go to the moon, and then it's gonna roll over again.
Yeah, I think this is
lines up nicely with the yearly open level on ETH, which is what is that, 0.0795?
Oh yeah, right up here.
Yeah.
Man, I really wanted 0.09.
ETH on-chain censorship soon. Yeah, I to be honest, I believe that ETH is really going in the wrong direction. And I mean, also proof of stake is not really something that is decentralized in the long run. It's just gonna have a lot of trouble. Yeah, having credibility, like at least from people in the space.
Hmm.
So I think this is kind of what we're looking at on ETH. If we start getting, if we get like a reclaim of this trend line, I think you do get this retest. So I would look for a reclaim above this bearish order block on 0.073 maybe. And I think from there you might see like a huge push higher, and then look for some type of short on ETH in confluence with Bitcoin, because it's obviously gonna trade to a higher beta downside.
Yep.
And where would that leave us is probably running this and putting some retest this top. That's probably what it would give us. So I mean, I'm not gonna show any setups on this because I'm like, there's no reason to trade this. Like, just don't. I wouldn't suggest trading this right now. Like, I just really wouldn't. I mean,
Yep.
trading anything but BTC right now, aside from like highly volatile altcoins, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense in my opinion. Like, if you're trying to scalp altcoins or like catch some like larger wicks on these like random pumps that are happening throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did basically on the weekend. I wasn't even looking for anything else.
Yeah, so if you're not doing that and you're literally trying to like get into these like intraday swing positions on like, oh, I'm gonna catch a bottom, or I'm gonna
Gonna get
long this,
fucking
and
wrecked.
I just think it's a really bad idea right now. Save yourself money and wait till trade Bitcoin, or just wait till there's better determination on where we're going on the market. Like, wait for a New York Open tomorrow, give it a few hours, and so we have some type of trending direction.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents. People also like try and what I never made sense to me too is that some of these are trading very erratically. Like, they're not following like a standard market structure that well. Like, you'll get these random dumps and random pumps and shit on these altcoins, and people are trying to catch the volatility or the large moves and like bearish market conditions. Whenever, what you could do is you could just go to Bitcoin and it's a meme, but you can literally just use higher leverage on a coin that trades more technically.
Yeah, most of the time, yes.
So it's
95%
like
of the time.
broken logic that people trade altcoins for like a higher beta play or like a higher volatility play. That only works if you're doing extremely low time frame scalping or doing like tick trading. Like, it makes more sense then,
Agree, yeah.
but it doesn't make much sense to do it if you're doing like intraday swing trades and things of that nature. Because in a non-trending market, whenever you're playing level to level, generally speaking, it makes more sense to trade the more technical coin that's going to respect the levels, which is going to be Bitcoin. So it's just my 2 cents. It's just
totally agree. Like, there's nothing to it.
just stick
And
to
in a
level to
bull
level.
market, it's obviously easier to trade altcoins and just long the dip and have the higher beta play, whatever, if you want to do that. But it's still, to be honest, as you said, it still doesn't really make too much sense, because you could just do the Bitcoin position, use more leverage, and it's better. But I mean, the same goes for the stock market, to be honest, and Bitcoin. Like, for example, Bitcoin was on the way up. It was underperforming, right? Not percentage wise, but
Yeah.
in terms of the gains it did. Like on how do you explain that? Like
Like the ratio.
the ratio, exactly. You would have been better off, and you would have had less sweating with just longing NQ or SPX on the way up with a little bit more leverage than being in a Bitcoin long on this chop up. Like, yeah, it was extremely horrible.
I love the dude in chat. Is this Donald?
Is this Donald? Who's
Yes.
Donald?
Don Alt. The fucking like duck dude on
Ah, yeah, the duck dude. No.
every German
Wait,
sounds
do
the
you
same.
sound like him?
Yeah, he's German.
Oh, is he
Donald is
really?
German? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys sound
Ugh.
you sound really similar.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Nice.
Oh yeah, basically it was just better to sit in stocks on the way up.
Yeah, and if you look, why I'm also think that we're into some type of like low forming is like just zoom out on a lot of these altcoins.
Yeah.
I mean, using altcoins is like a bottom indicator is super silly, but
Some people claiming that it will go to like $12. So Solana, $12. Yeah, roughly.
I think it's $12. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe like
Take out the 20.
maybe this take like wick
Take
this
out the
low.
low. Yeah, that's what I'm
Maybe
looking
chop
for.
a bit around here, but like I can't see it trading like back into here. I mean, this is fucking that's something else. Oh yeah, why I brought this up is to show you how poorly or how salty I am.
Oh boy.
So I got long, posted it live, got long on this wick. My invalidation was that wick there. And I said 39.25. That was my TP. So I went out over the weekend, or like I forget when this was, but I went out and like I wasn't just paying attention to my positions.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Dude, I missed it by 0.5%. And then I ended up like when the dump happened, I like just really wasn't paying attention. And then like I actually started paying attention somewhere around here, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh no.
Yeah, this is like the most painful situation when you trade.
Yeah, and it was
But
like it was a fucking big position. It was like I forget, it was like a 5R like position.
Was this
So
on the challenge account or?
yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
that
So
really sucks.
I was up like 14, 15 grand on this position, which would have like juiced the fucking challenge
Yeah,
account
yeah.
significantly. And I also am still holding spot on this, which is now underwater.
Hmm.
I bought the spot somewhere around 34 too, but I'm just gonna hold that. I don't give a shit. It's not that much money of spot anyways. But yeah, I was super salty about that trade. So silly. Such a silly trade.
Yeah, that's why I usually don't have one TP and I just ladder it out in general. Try to get rid of at least like 50% position pretty early and stuff like that. Maybe I mean it also can be a weakness if you're too impatient, right? And it can definitely fuck up your overall EV. But you usually don't get in these positions then and in these situations.
GD,
I mean, there is.
I did get out break even, by the way. Yeah, I just
Oh man,
made zero money. Just
ouch.
But yeah, I mean, I guess this is shit that happens. It's what I get for really not paying close attention and just fucking off, doing other stuff.
That's what you get for having a life, idiot.
Like we laugh about it, but like actually kind of true. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but there's like I think there is a good way like how I used to deal with this or how I'm dealing with this when I'm in this kind of position and then I see okay it's like 15k PNL and then I'm outside, making party, whatever, and I will
Making
basically
party.
just
Making party.
sometimes what?
I've never heard that.
You never heard what?
Making party.
Making party?
I was
Jesus,
making party in my
party,
pants.
party. Oh man. All
Sorry, go
right.
ahead.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny, yeah. And that makes fun. Oh man. Okay. So what was I about to say is I would check my position every once in a while, and then usually I would be like, okay, good enough. I'm just gonna close it. That's usually how I deal with it. But
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I actually, what's the
the greed,
Abe
the
Trade
greed.
posted something like really good about it. It's like
Oh.
if you end up TPing early or taking profits like early on your trade, like generally speaking, like over the long run, um, you end up like at a net negative because like your all of your R's are so fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. You obviously have to put your your main you have to put your main target and set your risk reward up to where your first TP is basically, and take
And
the
you
trade
need to
from
do
there.
it for your stops as well,
Yeah,
right?
of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Mhm.
think major mistake and like something that I usually do anyways is like moving stops up, but I just couldn't have been bothered, I suppose. I don't even know, but the smart thing would have been put like once we started breaking out of here, I should have just put stops here.
Yep, yep.
Like once we're consolidated up here, like we shouldn't go below this low again, but oh well, it is what it is. Hindsight's
Yeah.
2020. Um, I don't know. It's Do you guys have any other fucking positions to cover? There's not a whole lot to cover. I mean, markets like we're just range bound. We're kind of at range lows. Oil
Say let's
looks
pull up
kind of good.
say pull up Atom and then Atom BTC Atom ETH.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this looks still fucking really good. You could argue it's kind of a double top, but I'd
It's
wait.
actually it's actually funny because Cold-Blooded Chiller just posted that this looks bearish to him and it's gonna dump, so it's probably gonna pump.
Nice.
I don't know. So
I,
like I have some just like some mild levels on the line chart of Atom, and we're kind of trading above a trend. It wouldn't surprise me if we take out sort of the previous weekly low and then grind back up again.
Could
I,
happen, yeah.
I mean, this is still another thing here. Like, this is just range bound conditions. We're just trading like within this dump, like this leg of the dump. I think like this is a range, this is a range, and this was just like a small little deviation down here.
Yeah, could just trade back down and do like a W. Yeah, that would make sense.
Um,
Right,
and
because
then
like you see sort of in like the July to I guess sort of the end of August is like we kind of have like a fairly significant like uptrend, and then we got
oh
like a
here,
really big spike around I guess like ETH merge mania. So if you were to draw just like a mid trend line in sort of the grind up from what is
oh
that,
here.
July, yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to play, like moving forward. Like if we retest that line, then maybe we would just continue the trend, but just less, you know.
Less magnitude.
Yeah, is that the right word? I don't know.
Yeah,
Momentum, maybe.
yeah, and it would like I'm looking for like a bottom to form on like the golden pocket.
The golden pocket.
I guess it'd be the 618, but depends how you pull it. Anyways, yeah, I think so. If you clean it off, like it looks pretty good. I think yeah, this looks good. And then like for short, although I just don't think like shorting bullish altcoins is a good idea.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna be really clean. Like if this trend line breaks and we get like bearish consolidation under it, it's gonna be like a really clean short because you have very easy stops to take. Stop and then like this flat bottom there. But overall, yeah, this might come back to the trend line. I still think like higher time frame.
Revert to the mean.
It looks pretty good. It's a bear
Hmm.
flag. Boys, a
Yeah.
bear flag. Um
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a bear flag.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. But
I mean, it would also make sense to look at
alternatively,
volume, right?
like you could
Okay, yeah, I see it.
do this. I think this would be really good too.
Yeah.
And then like get in a swing position, like wait for some type of low to form here, and then get in a swing position and target like these underside wicks at like 22. That would be actually an amazing position. I would love that.
Yeah. I mean, the longs have been basically on Adam just getting away with murder for more than a month now. And what Zeb in chat was like, it would make sense for some longs getting taken out, some like late longs. So I could see like a pretty big liquidation event on Adam just to clean out some of the over levered degens.
Yeah, probably on the next market drop.
Yeah, I bet there's some type of bear div here. Is there? Yeah, there is. Yeah, so there's just bear divs as well. Look at that. So yeah, I think a pullback's due. Take out here. Maybe wick this and then a reclaim of the trend line for higher.
Yeah, that would actually be a great trade, I think.
So if that doesn't happen, if we run this one, just wait for a bullish market structure to form. So if we come back down and wick this, wait for bullish market structure, get your long there and stops here, because alternatively it could reject off the backside and just puke down, and then that second low forms, like we were saying, the higher time frame low, where this is your long, here's your invalidation. So I think those are two really clean setups for Adam. And then
put them on there to look at for next week, maybe.
Yeah, we can do that. So I'll put arrows for where we want our longs.
Yeah.
So I think we would run this one. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
And these are really, really old lines, way back from, oh shit, from the beginning of the chart.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, the levels are holding pretty cleanly. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this trades quite well. So kind of looks like
Yeah, we're getting
losing a bit of momentum here. So we kind of rejected off. Didn't even make it to mid range in this range up here. BTC of Adam BTC. So yeah, I think we come back down. Come back down to this trend line here. It's a bit of a pullback, but
well, I mean, it also depends how it trades against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin could just be, really outperforming, and that chart will hit the line. So, but the Adam ETH chart is pretty nuts.
Yeah, that leg's crazy. I mean, but this is another one of those. It's just like a range, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could argue that's just coming into range highs.
Yeah, I think that that's like a really good place to set an alert. Is the sort of the wick highs on the triple tap, I guess.
Yeah, and then just set a long ETH short Adam, right?
Oh yeah, just the synthetic pair.
Yeah,
it looks like a pretty good trade.
Yeah, it actually does.
Honestly.
Just a stop above the wick, above the last high wick.
And then the range low is like, I think, even cleaner
for a long.
Yeah, well, a long Adam short ETH.
Yep.
That is a super clean in my mind.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I really like that. So cleanly. Lows.
That's a good chart.
I like this chart.
I'm printing it out right now. I'm putting it on my wall.
No, I'm
party,
framing a chart. Framing this chart
on the chart.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Any other alts you want to look at, Aru?
Jesus, my microphone. Okay, what about Luna? Let's look at Luna.
Well, which one?
Luna 2?
Class A? Luna 2?
Like all of them. Luna
You wanna
1,
look at
Luna
more?
2,
I'll
Luna
look at
3.
I'll
We
look at
should
Luna too.
start Luna 3.
Holy shit. It's
Dude.
over.
Absolutely wrecked. Burj
my
Khalifa.
It's going more. It's going down to 0. It's coming back to here.
Well, you know where to long it.
Yeah, I know.
The crazy what are like the percent moves? Like what is this range? Like if we're at a range, like the range high and then like the yellow is like the range low. What is that percent?
At least 300%.
Okay, just a nice 300% range.
It didn't take out the highs though. $10.
No. God, that is
Dude, it might be like one of those doges that like we'll see in like a year. It's like one of these things, you know what I mean? Whereas like
enough pump and dump groups get together and decide that they're
yeah,
gonna
and then it
like,
goes womp.
yeah.
Like every altcoin, if you look back, like a really long time. Does this one have it? This one really doesn't have it. Engine's not that old. What's an older coin? Serum's pretty old, right? Yes. Actually, no, it's not. Maybe the exchanges that I have on. I'm just looking for LT. Let's look like I'm looking for like these like oh yeah here this is what the front like what I was trying to show is like I think that like something like this might happen on like Luna too.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So I look for something like that.
Holy fuck!
Didn't this like pump not too long ago?
What Litecoin had a little run. Well, it was interesting because it was pumping even while like everything else was dying.
It's a great sign.
And then it just died.
Oh, this is like this is the biggest pump that I had like in years. People are like, holy shit! What does this look like? What time frame? Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's just like a huge squeeze. I remember there was a guy in chat. His name was Nut. You remember that guy?
Nut?
Yeah, it was like Nut0900 or some shit like that. That guy was like Litecoin Maxi, like it's gonna outperform.
Litecoin Maxi, Jesus.
Dude, there's only a few of those left.
Dude, I remember he like people in
like what was the guy who made Litecoin, Charlie Lee or someone? Didn't he also cash out completely and then left the project?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he just cashed out. He's like, see you later, and Litecoin proceeds to like die, and he made a lot of money. Good for him.
Yeah, you know, anyone that like hates on that guy, they're just fucking haters because they didn't fucking cash out millions on Litecoin, probably more than that.
Oh yeah, I mean he had like a significant amount of the supply.
Oh my god! Oh, to be honest, dude, this looks bottomed. Litecoin Maxi now. Dude, this is absolutely bottomed.
Was that Litecoin Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh my god.
Or it's just going down
to 0, or it's just actually heading for negative numbers. Holy shit.
I mean, when there's alt season again, it will have a run up for sure. But because it's how high, it will never reach any of these highs. I can't imagine. No shot. Probably a swing failure from the last high, like the really low one that you can't even see anymore now on the chart.
Dude, it's so sad though. Yeah. Holy shit. Dude, you can see when I actually started trading. Look at this. I was back in May 21.
Wow.
Whenever I was charting Litecoin. Okay, remember it actually popped off?
Yeah, it did have like a little season.
Yeah. All right, well, that's everything I got.
Yeah, I mean, we can take a few requests from chat if there's like shit coins that they want charted.
Shiba, someone said.
No.
You want Shiba?
No.
I don't know. Take a real quick look at Ape.
Fuck.
Oh man, Ape. I remember the Crypto King trade. Wait. where he long hedged at the top against the short. At the absolute blow off top.
Didn't he
That was
long like
so
24
fucking
or something?
funny.
He's still long.
Yeah. He was short and then he panic longed at like 25
Oh
at
my
the
god.
top wick.
Oh, he's on that chart. He is that wick.
Actually,
Oh man,
uh,
that was hilarious.
I don't know. Like, what if people want to see? It's fucking. It's just like every other altcoin.
Yeah.
Like levels aren't super clean. Like I guess this is a low. You can get long. Let's say your stops here and aim for like.
I mean, I
Just
guess
like it's
to
like
be
a
honest,
bearish retest is like all I'm seeing. I don't know.
yeah.
It does
I'm
have
not
a
really a
little
big
bit.
fan of trading EMAs in general, but if there's a clean flip here and it looking like it's gonna curve upwards, I think you can maybe long, but yeah, probably Bitcoin is gonna outperform it anyways. So
It actually is outperforming Bitcoin right now.
I mean, if you look at so
oh yeah, it
the
is. Yeah.
200 on the H12, like it rejected, and like this H12 bearish order block, if it were to reclaim it, it's going to be over top of the H12 200. So you could get a long and a reclaim of this order block, and it would also
Yeah,
be
wait,
above what
short.
was previously rejected, and that's your long, and then like your short is whatever the low is. But that's kind of what I would look for. I don't know. I'm not trading these fucking dumbass altcoins right now.
It's also questionable. I don't know how much emission Ape still has, but there's staking on it, right? And I don't know how
Yeah.
many coins are out. It's basically in a bear market. It's not really a great idea to touch these because there's so much sell pressure
Oh yeah. I mean,
from all these people selling and being completely underwater and be like, oh yeah, maybe I can make $2 back by just selling all my farmed coins.
I'm
So
under the water.
yeah, I do think there's a good short setup coming on it.
Yeah.
isn't GRT basically the same? GRT is also dead, right? Like really dead.
I mean, what you could also do here is just if this breaks down, you could just target these lows.
Man, but overall, like GRT, I'm looking at the longer time frame. It looks super fucking bottom right now. And also the
GRT.
emission is almost like almost all coins are in circulation.
This is
Could have a
all.
nice bull run.
It's also the last altcoin I can possibly look at before I like jump out my fucking 18 floors.
Before you jump out your window, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, I think there's also an argument, like I brought it up before. Like this is bottom, but there's like a chance that like this just never gets liquidity again. Like this is just it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, it could
this
just
doesn't
bleed forever.
this doesn't need to pump. Like there are just I feel like there's so many coins now that like some of these old fucking coins people don't give a shit about. They're like higher
Thing is,
market
I
caps.
think as long as it is on an exchange and there is futures on it and people gamble on it, then it can pump.
Yeah, like
Otherwise, no.
in like bull market, anything pumps,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Bull
But
market,
I'm
yeah.
talking like any type of
Yeah,
range bound markets
yeah.
or bearish markets, like stuff
It
like
could
this
just
will
not move. Yeah.
never like move because
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so many other assets.
There
That's true.
are
Not worth
if you
looking at it.
if you ever go to like Coin Market Cap's historical, you can see that like there were coins that were top 10 or top 20 years and years ago. Now clearly like aren't even traded anymore.
Yeah, they're not even on actual perp exchanges.
Yeah,
Disconnect. Woo.
there's a bunch of them. So like
Connect.
if FTX was to delist a perp, that is a pretty good indicator that coin or that project is dead forever.
Yeah,
Dude.
they have basically it's an indicator that they have sold all their coins, right?
Yeah.
And then they're we are
Oh
done with it.
yeah.
I mean, they did delist like 6 or something perps not too long ago, like within a few weeks ago, I think. And ironically enough, the FTX like site, FTX.com site, still has the tickers like on the top header of the website showing like the price, and it's just like 0. It's like
Oh,
Oh,
they don't
man.
even trade. They don't even trade on the exchange anymore, but they're still showing it. It's ridiculous.
Did you just see what I did? That was actually like really impressive. I just whipped up this trend line here, and then like I just hopped in low time frame. Look how
Whoa.
clean. This just rejected
That's
all.
insane. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yikes.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's worth a long if it breaks out of this.
Yeah, set some alerts.
There you go, Groot
Yeah,
coin.
it's basically just going from swing fail to swing high, swing fail to swing fail, and goes lower every time.
So if it breaks out of here, I would target take out these.
Yeah, exactly. New all-time high.
Yeah.
Man, but I mean, this shit can happen. Remember this? What was it called? Unfi, which pumped like 8x in 4 hours. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck happened with that one, or who
Wasn't it-
went like super crazy there. But
It's like a new.
yeah,
It
that
was like a
was
new
insane.
coin, right? Like it was one of those like move to
No,
earn
no,
shit
I
coins.
think it was no. You can look at Unfi. I think it was for a long time on Binance, and someone just decided to pump it up 8x in 4 hours. I don't know if it was like a whale hunt.
Oh yeah,
There
this
must have
thing.
been so much liquidity
Oh
up there.
damn.
Yeah, someone must have, like probably Binance themselves. They probably calculate, okay, we can make money out of this. Let's fucking pump it up. I mean, there must be a reason for this.
Yeah, this was actually
Doesn't
me.
go up like this magically.
I market make
Yeah.
altcoins.
Oh god.
Yo, who's the poor sap who got fucking baited into that wick?
The top print.
Where? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, someone got liquidated there, like probably a pretty big position.
Yeah, think. Holy fuck. How much? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was insane. It pumped in 4 hours. It pumped like 6x.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick.
Probably no liquidity in the books, and like
Yeah.
a big whale up there that they liquidated.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I think that probably will do it. It's almost been how long has it been? When did we start? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Hour-
I'm good. Me
An
too.
hour 30 or so.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. It was great. How's my Bitcoin trade doing? Probably not so great. No, actually, it's fine.
Thanks for joining,
Doing
chat. Low time
Yeah,
frame
chat.
looks kind of like it's gonna spill over on Bitcoin though. Like 5 minute. I feel like you could get this and then this.
Yeah, I have orders lower.
I think you might get something like
Yeah.
that. But
Oh yeah. What day are we planning for Africa?
like probably like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Sounds good. That'll be fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining, chat. We'll have it up on YouTube if you want to review it. You can check it out later. So
yeah, don't forget to follow Mistakes on Twitter, follow Aru on Twitter, join Aru's Telegram channel.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I would tell chat to like use one of y'all's ref links on Tealstreet, but that means they'd have to decide between the two of you, and that's awkward.
yeah, I think you can just choose Aru. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Yep. Thanks a bunch, guys. See you next time.
All
See ya.
right, bye.
Bye.